So my name is Jonny Trappe. I go by
JTrappe.
I go by the artist name of From the Rib. That's like my new rebrand that I've been pushing lately. So what that basically means is I got that inspiration from basically the first chapter of the Bible, where where God took a rib from Adam
Oh
and
wow.
created Eve. So like in the literal sense of that story, she is a piece of him. And then in my situation, it's like every piece of art that I make is kind of a piece of me being born into its own thing. So that's where I got that. Um, yeah,
And then
and then
you
and
spell
then
it
I
RYB.
spelled RYB because I wanted to have like this harmonious color scheme throughout all my new work, which is red, yellow, blue. Um,
I didn't know the whole rib thing. That's cool. I thought it was just the red, yellow, blue thing. There you
yeah,
go.
a lot of layers to it, so that's cool.
So when you first announced that you were becoming this from the rib thing, whatever you want to call it, I don't even know what you call it. Personality, persona, whatever.
Yeah, like a new art identity.
Yeah, art. That's a good one. Art identity. You came out with a couple of these photos of you just with paint all over yourself. Where did those come from?
So my sister is actually a professional photographer, so she helped me out with those. Um, and that basically came from just wanting to have like a very bold like relaunch because like I already had an art business. It was just my name, JTrappe Designs, whatever. But when I wanted to go with this new rebrand, I just wanted to like hit social media with something like that would stand out. So I had this idea of just having fun, throwing paint everywhere and all over myself and in the three colors, obviously. And it was a lot of fun. There's a lot of photos that came out of that, but that was like part of my whole launch and my rebrand was that photo shoot.
So you have brought some pieces of art we want to talk about along the
Mm-hmm.
whole scheme of your art persona. Which one do you want to do first?
Let's go. We can do one of my earlier ones. Let's see. How about the face one with the eyes?
Okay, face
This one.
picture.
Yeah, it's on the one right behind
Yeah,
me.
it's right behind you. I saw that like right when you popped on screen. I saw that. Um, all right. So does this have like a name?
Um,
Do you like title all of your artwork?
Sometimes. Um, I do. I don't know. The name's never really important to me. I guess I don't know.
It's cool.
But if I had to name it, I would call this one like True Emotion or something like along those
Sure.
lines. Because just the vibe. Um,
Yeah.
so
So talk about where this came from. Go ahead.
yes, this is one of my earlier ones where I was just exploring this three color pattern. And I wanted my art to start like really digging into some more serious stuff, which contradicts with those three colors because they're like bright and fun looking
Yeah,
colors,
very vibrant.
right? That attracts the eye, but then when you look at it, it's like, oh shit, this is like about some real stuff. So basically, my idea for this one was how like people kind of put on a different face for the world, and so like I'll just go through it. So the yellow is like the yellow face. He's smiling. It's like kind of bouncing off like the yellow emoji of the smile
Hmm.
face. And then like I painted it so it looks like it's peeled back and showing like his true inner emotion. And it's like he's crying on the inside. He's all blue, literally and emotionally.
Hmm.
So just touching on that topic of how people hide their inner feelings and really bury down, especially men. Like this is a man, so like men especially, like we just think we have to bury our emotions and you know tuck that away when you really don't have to, and it's like okay to peel that away and reveal it sometimes.
So would you say in the way that this is not necessarily representing you, but you would fall into a category of somebody?
Yeah, we've all been there. I don't think it
Yeah.
represents entirely, but I've definitely been there where I try to hide emotions and stuff. It's normal. We're human though. So
That's deep.
yeah, man. I told you, yeah.
I didn't, I mean, until you like sit down and actually talk about the person who like made the piece of art, like when I see this, that never popped into my, like that didn't register.
Right.
I actually don't even know if I ever really saw that he was smiling until like I'm just immediately, you just draw to like the two eyes, like right away.
Right. Yeah. I kind of do that on purpose too. Like the blues have more contrast than the yellow, so it's like you really see the eyes first.
I have seen you in action. So this is just a straight up painting.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, all acrylic, and then the background is spray paint.
Okay, that was my next question. I didn't know if any of this was done digitally because the background looks
Right. Yeah,
digitalized, but
spray paint like helped me get that flat look.
right.
Yeah, it's all acrylic paint. Everything I've been doing, I still do digital art on the side, but like my own like personal endeavor is really pushing this, painting traditionally.
So is the thing in the background this actual piece of
Yeah,
art?
that's no, but I also have prints of most of these as well that I sell. So
That's cool. Let's do the I just picked a random one. The one with the two faces in it. Like they look like they're about to kiss.
that would be this guy right above it.
Yeah, there you go.
All right, so now this is like one of my more recent ones. So we jumped like from the beginning to recent, which is kind of cool. Like I said, at first I was just exploring like the color scheme and stuff and trying out different things. Now I'm like kind of even niched even further, where I really am liking this look of this piece. Like this, it's like in the dark, but then there's like a dramatic light source or
Mm-hmm.
light sources, and it's just like you can see the form in the dark just by the colors. In this case,
Right.
I only use yellow and blue. That's like another thing I started developing too, is kind of like saying, okay, it's okay to like leave one of the colors out and try like this combo, this combo, this combo. So this one's just yellow, blue. Um, Not as deep as the other one. It's just like a study. This was one of my first ones where I wanted to start doing that like really dark, dramatic lighting. So it was more like a study. I mean, there is emotion in it. Like they're like right there about to
Mm-hmm.
kiss. It's like an intense moment for anybody when you're just about to kiss someone. So it's like the passion comes through, and then just like the vibrance of the lights really enhances that too. So that's like the lane that I'm going down now, and there's more pieces similar to this one.
What makes you want to paint two people about to kiss?
I don't know, man. It it's just one of like it's like a passionate emotion. I don't know, like it's just one of them. When I wanted to like paint one of these in the dark thing, and I wanted it to evoke some kind of emotion, this was like one of the first things that came to my mind, like that really intimate, intense moment where you're like 90% of the way there, but not quite, you know.
That's cool. I've never seen this one before. I
Oh,
don't
nice.
think so. That's badass. Oh yeah, that's. I don't know, you're just so impressive. Let's do the head one with the flashlight guy.
Oh, okay. Okay. This is one of my favorites, honestly. This was now we're going back again, like still in that earlier part, not like the shadow stuff, but this one is one of my favorites just because this one is like you asked earlier, this one like really comes from me more so than
Okay.
any this idea. I just love like weird abstract sort of imagery. So I was just like doodling at work one day and this sketch came out. So I was like, I need to make this like a full painting. And so you see the three colors: background's yellow, the blue cave, and then the red coming out of the ear. So basically, the concept for this guy was like just that inner like journey, that inner discovery is the word I'm looking for. Like really looking within yourself and going deep and, sort of exploring your inner, your demons or your bad side and your good side, exploring everything about yourself, because a lot of people need to or should or are in the middle of, looking within, and that's where you're going to find like most of the answers that you're looking for is inside yourself. So that's like how that came to my head.
So what is the red? Is that like blood coming out of his ear?
I think the red, that was actually like one of the last minute just decisions that I made, because I was like, well, where am I going to put any red? But that kind of came from, so like contrasting looking within, like he's bleeding out of his ear because like that's where the distractions are coming from, is your outside, like people telling you things, like coming from, stuff that you're hearing that you shouldn't be listening to, because you're really supposed to be looking within you. So it's like a little Easter.
Wow.
And this I don't have on this wall because I actually sold the original of this at an art show.
How much?
Summer. I think I sold it. It was like 12 by 12. It was like this big. I sold it for like 200.
Sick.
Yeah. I got prints of that guy.
What's the most you've ever sold something for?
Oh, an original, probably like 253, 300. But like,
That's sweet.
I think this is one of two, either the only one or two originals of my new rebrand, like the red, yellow, blue stuff.
Yeah. All right. I didn't. That's cool, man.
A lot of people bought prints at that show, but I was fortunate enough that this guy bought the original. It was super cool.
Did you like sign it on the back or something?
Yeah, I try to. When I stamp all of them or most of them with like my logo at the bottom right corner, but then like if I sell an original, I'll like personalize it on the back with like a little message.
That's so cool. All right. We got a couple more. Fuck. My shit's frozen. All right. Let's do like the ear one.
Okay. That's right there. Still got that one. That's one of my favorites as well. This one also really came from me too, like inspired by myself. So this. I'm obsessed with music. Music is everything.
Yep.
Never doing anything without music playing. So I just wanted to like express how much music means to me through this. So basically, this is another one I was just sketching and with weird abstract stuff. So the ear is the centerpiece, obviously, and the colors, red, yellow, blue, are just kind of making the form of the ear. Like there's no actual like shapes or lines. It's just this crazy mashup that basically that's evoking like the energy of the music, like just the vibrant colors, everything moving around, the sounds, the different sonics of songs and stuff. And then in the center, like chilling in the ear, if you look closer, like it's just a dude like chilling with his legs kicked up with headphones on, jamming. And that's me, of course, just in the center of it all, just soaking it all in. So yeah.
What's like the little square thing?
So he's got like two piercings, like a hoop and a.
Oh, it's an earring. Okay.
I feel like it needed one more thing.
So I noticed with your last piece and this piece, the yellow earring, you have like the white dots in them, and then your last piece in the background of like the yellow diamond, you have a bunch of white spots. Is that just like a stylistic thing that you like to do?
Yeah, like just little accents that can help it, even though it's like not super noticeable at first. You like pick up on the little details as you look around the piece. I like to do that. So yeah.
Are you impressed that I noticed that?
Yeah, that was pretty good. I like that.
Thank you. Thank you. So if this is you sitting in this ear, what song are you listening to?
John
That
Bellion, full discography. No,
just all his albums, just making all that color around you.
yeah, his music definitely is like that. Colorful and inspiring, creative, everything. My favorite
That's
artist. Um, yeah, I'd pick that for anything from him.
just all of it. All right, let's do the brain one, and then we'll do the dark but vibrant one last.
I got that up here.
Yeah, the ear's right behind you too.
I got this color here.
Is that the original?
This one's painted on wood.
Oh,
I like painting on the wood canvases. They're pretty cool. Um, so the brain one was a fun one. Um, I've been getting into that like splatter effects too. Um, as you can see with the earpiece and this one and the next one. But that one basically is a simple painting of a brain. But I got inspired by like those thermal images, like those brain scans that you see from doctors or whatever.
mm-hmm.
Big inspiration from that. And then if you notice, like the front part of the brain, the frontal lobe is like burning white hot. Like you can tell that's like where all the energy is pulsing from. Because I, did some research. The frontal lobe of the brain is kind of where like your creative processes are really coming from. So like in the painting, it's like you can see the creative part just working and burning hot. So kind of like bursting with ideas.
So if I opened your head, your brain would be a red,
Yeah, that's
yellow,
probably a
and
good look
blue.
of brain scan.
So all like the splatter on the outside, how do you do that? Just like,
Um, it's like not as just random as you think. Like I try to be careful with it, but basically you just, you know, dip the brush in some like wet paint. Like I'll mix it with water and then like kind of slowly, like you just tap it on your finger or something. Like so I get the little tiny dots in there. Because if I just like grabbed a bunch of paint and threw it, it'd be like a crazy mess.
that's probably what I would. That's what I would do. All right. So last piece, dark but vibrant joint.
Yeah, this is my one of my most recent ones. Let's see, let me pull it up. So one of my best friends, Recreation, super talented artist, um, and he released an album recently, as you know. And when I first saw his album cover, I was like, yo, like that looks exactly like this new style I've been pushing, like this one and this one,
Mm-hmm.
really dark in the shadows, two tone, two light sources, like exactly what I've been kind of trying to do myself. So that inspired me. I was like, oh, and actually I had been on like this just creative slump. Like I went on a hiatus for a couple months. I feel
Sure.
like the, you know, world's crazy. So it kind of knocked the inspiration out of me. So this kind of helped me get back on my horse and get back into it in a way. So like, what better way to get inspired by one of my best friends, albums? So I actually gifted him this painting, and he didn't know I was doing it, which is cool. But so I took his album cover and sort of remixed it. Um, I stuck with that dark shadows and the two-tone light sources and stuff, but I remixed it. I added the album title in the smoke, which I thought of kind of on the fly. It was a cool idea, and then also just added the energy of the album with the splatters and stuff. So, and I'm
So
really like that was one of the pieces like not only because I hadn't painted in a while, but just in general like I really was like impressed with myself because I got his likeness spot on. Like it really looks like him too.
it definitely really does. So do you have like a rule? So, and this is just like, I don't know anything. Like, this is probably a really stupid question.
No, no question, stupid man.
Yeah, yeah, whatever. So like, Did you step outside of like your red, yellow, blue thing for this, or would you consider the tones in these like variations of red and yellow? Because obviously there's blue in it.
Right.
Because it's
Yeah,
like pink. Like, do you consider pink like a red? You know what I mean?
like I wanted because his album cover I think was like more purpley
Mm-hmm.
and blue, like purple and blue, but I wanted like to make the contrast way more dramatic. Like the purple and blues look too similar, so I wanted to like shit more towards the pink side. Yeah, I mean I would consider pink a red color. You know, I definitely went outside of the normal 3 color rule that I have, but it wasn't too far outside. Plus, it was just a gift for him. Um, you know, wasn't like a personal piece, so
Right.
it was.
So, as an artist who's like created like this kind of personification or whatever artist personality and stuff, are you going to moving forward? Are you going to be super strict with like how you want your artwork to come out, even if like other people come to you and ask you to do things? Are you going to try to tell them like I can do like what
Yeah,
you're asking, but like this is the lane that I'm in? And are
right.
you like
Yeah,
comfortable doing that?
100%, yeah. Um, because like throughout the years, I've been all over the place, like doing just a huge range of stuff, which is fine. It helped me grow as an artist, but like it gets to a point where that's just like I just kind of I don't feel like I had an identity doing that. Like I just wanted to like rebrand myself, put myself in these parameters. Yes, I still do commissions and stuff, but I'll be like, this is what I'm doing. This is like the color schemes I'm gonna go with. This is the style I'm gonna go with. I can still try to shape your idea into my parameters in a way. But yeah, absolutely.
That's I respect the hell out of that. So you have your like YouTube channel.
Mm-hmm.
Um, how many of these pieces of work have you
So I
filmed you doing?
so I want to say started I started filming at like the ear one, or there's a big like space one right here. That was one of the first videos. Um, so it was a little bit after my rebrand that I wanted to dive into the YouTube realm. But I do have a video similar to this where I go through like all the pieces I had done before
Mm-hmm.
and just sit down and talk about them, similar to this. So yeah, basically every piece that we're talking about, every piece, most of the piece on the wall that's in my rebrand stuff is all on the YouTube channel. My most recent video was the recreation one that just came out, so everything's
And
on there.
your is the I don't want to say purpose, but like is the goal for your like whole YouTube channel to like connect you with like an audience, or is it and if you say yes to the second part, it's totally fine. Is it to showcase how like unbelievably talented you are to people, or like what's your like main outcome for this?
Definitely like to sort of enhance my audience and just put my art on another platform that I had never put it on before. Also, just give people an inside look behind the curtain look at my process and stuff. And I know a lot of people enjoy that. I like watching those videos myself. So yeah, just get myself out there, try to expand my audience even more. So yeah.
Um, do you have somewhere where people can buy stuff? Do you have like a website and stuff?
Yeah, I have a website. I do have to update it with like the most recent stuff, of course. But yeah, I have a website. It's just fromtheryb.com. Um, it's gonna update again with a whole new look because I made that like when I first launched. So I'll probably
Yeah.
update it more. But yeah, there's a website. There's a shop on there. The
All
shop's
right.
a lot. Sell prints. I have stickers of mostly paintings. I sell the originals on there.
I know artists. I don't know a lot of people who paint like you do, and I also definitely don't know a lot of people who've created like such a centralized persona for themselves, which I think is like such a cool thing, especially in
Yeah,
this day and age when there's so many people, so many talented people out there.
Yeah.
And you've been able to create like a specific kind of
Mhm.
road that you're on that
Exactly.
takes you out of like that whole grand scheme of like all these talented painters and artists and things like that. So I really appreciate um, you doing that. And I also think for anybody who hasn't seen your YouTube channel, watching you like physically work on stuff is like mind blowing. I don't understand how it like, I don't understand how you do that. Just physically do the things that you do.
All right. I appreciate that, man. Yeah.
Do you
Glad to
have
learn.
a goal for yourself to one day just be painting and just making a living off of that, or is this just like something you love doing on the side? Because I know
I
you're
love
also
doing.
you're really talented graphic designer and graphic artist as well. So
Yeah. So yeah, I'm fully employed doing graphic design. The painting's definitely been on the side. Um, but yeah, I do a lot of digital stuff too for clients on the side. Um, so it's not like only painting, but that's definitely what I've been trying to develop more for myself. That would be awesome if one day that's the goal, or one day that's the case. Um, I think YouTube's gonna help with that if I keep pushing that. Um, I'm working on being more present on like Instagram and stuff. So one day that would be cool to just be like straight up an artist and just working for myself. Yeah.
it's also going to be insanely cool to watch you go from, you said like the highest thing you've sold is like 250, 300, 2 to 300 range. Just like gradually see it increase to like to a point where you're selling something for like thousands and thousands of dollars. That would be so wild.
Yeah, that's the goal, man. Um, Definitely attainable.
I am very confident in that. Well, JTrappe from the Rib, thank you for letting us into your little studio, your little life, talking about some of your pieces of art, some of your inspirations on things. Um, Also, you created the candle
Oh
for
yeah,
our,
dude.
my little podcast. So shout out from the Rib.
Appreciate you for having me on. Your stuff's fun. I've been watching it, so keep it
Yeah,
up.